Hello and welcome. This is Digital Office at Home, a new podcast where we're helping people understand how cool it is to have your office at home or to have a dream of having your office at home. A lot of people are still in corporate or they're still working, out there in the field and they really want to come home. And so it's really a mindset. You could still be working in an office and feel like you're at home because it's your own thing. So I don't want you to feel like, you have to be at home, because your home could be a motorhome. You could be driving around the country and, and that's your office. So I think that it's more of a choice of where you really want to be. So think about that as we're moving into our brand new podcast, helping you to be free, to do the things that you would like to do. And today I have a special guest on. This is Booker Williams, and I just absolutely love him. I met him for the first time in person in Charlotte, North Carolina, about a month ago. Hi, Booker.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, Marian.
Yes.
Oh,
You have a very distinctive voice, Booker, and so I hear you a lot on the 8 o'clock Grow Rich Mastermind. So for those of
yes.
you who don't know what that is, every Monday through Friday, we have a Grow Rich Mastermind at 8 o'clock Central. And you're probably Eastern. Most everybody else is Eastern, right?
Yes, I'm Central.
You're Central? Okay. 8
Yes,
o'clock
ma'am.
Central. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have different co-hosts, different hosts. And they talk about things like, take it away, Booker. Tell them what they say.
Well, it's mainly focused on your mindset and what you have to have to survive in a home-based business, because it's
Uh-huh.
not, it's not hard. Mainly it's mindset. And that's what I had to do years ago, and it has helped me tremendously. I've been on that call, I think about 8 years now. And the funny thing about it, Marion, when I met you in North Carolina, a lot of the people I had met them for the first time, like Paul and Mike. I seen them on videos, but I never met them in real life. Never. And like Mama Elizabeth, I never met them in real life, but it just takes it to another level when you actually see the people.
It really does. Totally.
Yeah,
Like, I'm like your best friend now, right?
that's right.
Because we met in person and we got to hug and really talk. Now, isn't that funny?
Yes.
But because we spend a lot of time online, we do a lot online, and
Mhm.
so because of COVID, it taught me that I can still have a life even though it's online. But there's just something about meeting somebody in person. It's just
Yes, and you can never replace it. Never. And I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later, because I still do a lot of offline stuff, because you people have to really know who you are. Like that like trust, what is it? They have to like you, trust you before they'll buy from you. That's
yes.
real.
No, I think it's know, like, and trust
Yeah,
to
no
get to
like and
know you,
trust.
like you, and then trust you. Yeah, that's right.
That's
Yeah,
real. And it's all
yeah.
about building relationships. That's what I specialize on, Marion. It's just building relationships.
Well, we do have a very supportive community that we belong to. Not only do we have the 8 o'clock Grow Rich Mastermind, but we also have other things. Like every day, there's something going on. Now, they do take Sunday off, and I didn't say Saturday and Sunday because even Saturday we have a newcomers meeting where
Yes.
you can get to know a little bit about the community that we're in. So, Booker, I want people to know who you really are. Can you start from the beginning and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. I was born June 14th,
I
1973
knew
at
it.
six
I knew it
o'clock.
was coming.
That was the beginning.
I
9 months
knew it.
later, my mom and dad, they got together. So I'm a product of the
I
product.
knew it. I knew it.
But I like to have fun, and I started off, grew up in Greenville, Mississippi. I had a pretty good childhood. Mother and father, they always encouraged me. My dad was a truck driver, and then he ended up having his own trucking company. And my mother was a stay-home parent, and she raised me and taught me real good lessons. And my grandmother, I always dedicate things to my grandmother because she was my rock. My grandmother passed away. It's been like 5 years now, and I'm gonna tell you, that almost took me out the game, y'all. because she was my heart. And when she taught us a lot of stuff, but Marian, she didn't teach us how to live without her. And she
Oh,
she was always telling me, you the best grandson that I ever had, and you can do anything you want to. And that's the reason why I'm successful now is because of my grandmother. She told it to me and I believed her.
oh my goodness.
And just growing up in Mississippi, and I've always worked and had different jobs. And one day I was passing by a recruiter's office and I said, you know, you I think I might join the military. Now, it wasn't because of loyalty to the country. Y'all don't get it twisted. I wanted to get out of Mississippi. So I asked him, how soon can you get me out? He said, well, after you graduate, you can go in. So I signed up for the Navy and I graduated in 92. And 3 days later, I was in San Diego, California in boot camp.
Now, wait a minute. Was your grandmother there or she'd
No, my,
already gone?
no, my grandmother was in Mississippi.
No, I know. She was still alive and she let you go in the Navy?
Yeah, she was still alive. Yes, ma'am. She was at the
Uh,
recruiter's office when I left.
oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I was just making sure.
yeah, she was there, and my mother was there, and my aunt Daddy was there, and they was crying because they didn't want to let me go, but I knew I had to go because that was a small town, and I know even working them odd jobs, if I didn't do something different, I was going to be stuck. And thank God I left, because I have friends of mine that's been there. Let me see, I graduated in 92. So I'm kind of dating myself, but it's been 30 years and they still doing the same thing. And every time Marian, every time I come home, they ask me, are you coming to stay? I said, I've been gone since 92. There's no coming back.
No.
It's over. It is
Oh,
over. And, just had a lot of good times in the military, been to a couple of wars, defending the country. And just a lot of times people don't realize when they say, thanks for your service, they don't know what you've been through. There is a lot that people go through that you would never know unless you've been in there. So if you see a veteran, just really actually thank him because he's been through a lot. And PTSD is real.
the first time I really experienced it, and you can tell me, that this is nothing if you want, but to me it was something.
Sure.
I was at a friend of mine's house for her son's birthday, and all of a sudden there was a lot of chaos. It was
Hmm.
a happy birthday for this little boy. He was like 5, and she said, "Take him in the bedroom and lock the door. Put the chair up in there. Get in the closet. Hide him." And I'm like, "What? What?" I mean, okay, sure, I'm going to protect this child. I get him in there, and he is just tearing the place up, just tearing the place up. And afterwards, she told me that was his PTSD. He's messed up in the brain. If he hears a loud bang or somebody says something, I don't know, it causes him to just go back into the war like he's there. And I thought, oh my God, he that war really messed him up. I don't know which war it was or anything, but it was bad. That's
Yes.
what you're talking about, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. And it's stuff that you see because when I was in Marion, I was a corpsman and I was stationed with the Marines. So if they got hurt, we was their only medical supply, or we was their medical force that they had to depend on. And I mean, you talking about, I don't want to get too graphic on your podcast, but I've seen people take their last breath in my hand, and that's stuff you never forget.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
getting to a point about business, but I'm just letting y'all know where I'm coming from. And I still deal with it, but that's stuff you'll never see, and you don't really sign up for that. They don't tell you that on the shiny brochures, you get, and all
No,
the good movies. They don't tell you
no,
about that part of it,
no, they don't.
but that's a part about it. And I tell
Would you
people,
have
don't
gone
take.
anyway had they shown you and told you what was really like over there?
You know what? I think I probably still would have because I wanted to get out of my situation so bad. I didn't care at the time, to be honest with you. I just wanted to get out and have a better life.
Yeah.
And in the military, it was 90. 94, got married, and we outlasted a lot of our friends. And I got out in 1992. I mean, '02, I got out. And
Oh, I
yeah, I
was gonna
got out.
say, man, that was fast.
No, 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 no. I got out in 2002, working odd jobs, this and that. And it's coming up to the point where it was one guy, he was like, I was working this job and he said, do you want to make some extra money? I'm like, extra money? Of course. Let me just rewind it back just a few steps. And when I was in the military, that's when I first got introduced to, it was network marketing back then. And it was this one guy, he pulled up on the base. He happened to be a captain in the Marines. So, I kind of looked up to him. So he pulled up. I never will forget. It was January the 2nd, Marian. I was going to the PX and, I would just kind of give me some, I was trying to get some hydration medication. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I was coming from the PX and, it was a day after New Year. So we partied back then. We was in the military and it was a New Year. So we
And
partied
they
back then.
encouraged that kind of party, and I know.
Yes,
My
yes.
husband was in the Air Force, and I remember.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
of course I do.
So he pulled up and he said, "Do you want to make some extra money?" I said, "Of course. What I got to
Sure.
do?" He said, "Meet me at." It was a hotel. It's called the Windmill on Oceanside Boulevard. Meet me there at 7 o'clock. And then I told my wife, I was like, "I'm gonna go and see what he talk about." And then she was like, "Yes, because we need the money." See, a lot of people don't realize in the military, a lot of the members are living payday to payday. And we
Yes.
serve in the country, literally barely
Yes.
making it.
Yes.
So I went down there and then I saw the presentation and I said, "You mean to tell me all I got to do is bring somebody down here and let them see it and they'll send me a check?" He said, "Yes." So I said, "Okay, what I'm gonna do," I went back to the base that night. I said, "This is what we're gonna do." Because I knew a lot of my buddies, they wanted to make some money. So I took them there and one time I took them. It was 5 people in the car, and all 5 of them signed up. And they sent me a check the next week. And I said, and the check cash. That's when we had checks. So I said, okay, so if I do that one time, it'll work again. So the next week, I told them, y'all take 5 more people and we're going to do the same thing. I had no idea what I was doing. So
I'm
what I
sorry
did,
to
Marian,
laugh. That's kind of
I'm just
funny.
telling
Yeah.
you, this is
Yeah.
my story.
Just
So
I'm
what I did,
listening.
I had 5 of them every week bring a guest, and I would bring 5 guests myself. And within a year, the organization had grew to 5,000 people. And the only thing I told them is you put them in the car and you just take them there and we'll do the rest. That's all. That's all we did. And the one guy that introduced it to me, he was like, "You follow instructions." I said, "I need some money." So you show me how to get a check, and then we did it, and it got so crazy that we was in base housing then. We used to invite people over, and back then we had barbecues, and everybody know every week we're gonna have a barbecue and we're gonna have some good time. But before that, we showed the presentation.
Before
And
that, you
Mary,
had 5 people.
that's it. And you know
That's
what
all
I
you have
told
to
them?
do.
I told them in order for y'all to come to the party, you had to bring a guest.
Oh my gosh.
And I was looking at that video like I never saw it a day in my life. And it was so crazy where they will have like the MPs will come around, that's like the military police. They will come around because we had the whole street blocked off of people coming to see the
Oh my
presentation.
gosh.
And people they was getting paid and it lasted, I'm gonna tell you, it lasted for a good 7 years until I got out. And I mean, every week, and the founder of the company, he actually came to the base
He
because he
put a
wanted to
crown
know.
on your head.
He wanted to know.
Who is this dude, man? Who's
Yes,
this
he wanted
poker
to know
guy?
why. He wanted to know how why that book of business or the leg why it was growing so fast. And I
Yeah.
told him, and I said his name was Kenny Trout. I said, "Sir, the only thing that we're doing is we just showing the plan and we treating people like we want to be treated." And that was our secret sauce right there. We didn't do everything normal like the company. We had our own. I mean, we had our own presentation, and people felt good. They was bringing their families. They was bringing their
Oh,
kids. It was literally a family. And nowadays, people they still ask me now. They was like, Booker, you still gonna start them barbecues up? I said, no, man, we can't do it like that no more. I mean, we was out of control, to be honest with you.
that's the best story I've ever heard about network marketing. I swear. That's the best.
They told me to bring them, and the only thing I did was I brung them. And I'll just tell you this story right quick, Marian. When I first got started, I had 6 people in the car with me. I had an Oldsmobile Cutlass, and it was a few more days before payday, and I didn't have no gas money. So I didn't say nothing. What I did, I pulled up to the gas station, and I ain't say a word. They said, what we stopping for? I said, if y'all want to make it back home, I need some gas money.
Oh my gosh, Booker. Oh, you're
That's how I did
hilarious.
it. So they gave me the gas money, and we just continued on. And I just had a desire always to do better and to have something better than what I had. And I used to take. I mean, I didn't. I was. You know how you get on your car and they got the orange, and then if it's really red, you know you're about to run out.
Yeah.
I was at the meeting, and then I was like, let me make it to the meeting. I ain't say a word. I had him in the car. I was like, I hope we don't run out. And after the meeting, I just drove to the gas station and didn't say a word.
That's a great way to do the not only the network marketing company but getting gas in your car. I love your ingenuity. I have a very strange story about that too. Back in the day,
Mhm.
we had a company called Never Run Pantyhose, and it was run as an MLM, a network marketing company, but we didn't call it that
Okay.
back then. We just knew it was the same thing that you were talking about. I had people coming in from all over to
Mhm.
to see the men, the big, strong, burly men like
Oh,
you, up on the stage trying to get these forks to make a run in these pantyhose. These
yeah.
big muscle men demonstrating why these pantyhose would never run. And we had more people. We were selling pantyhose like you would not believe. And you know
Yeah.
what? I think we broke them because the company folded. They couldn't keep up with all the orders.
That's
Isn't that
it.
crazy?
Yes.
That's
That's
crazy.
it.
They could not keep up with the order. So yeah, things don't work like that anymore. But they're good
Amen.
stories and they're good memories.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So fast forward. What happened after that?
Oh, after that, I got out the military, and I continued the company until the company actually folded under when the long distance, whenever it started becoming free, they folded under, and then they got a new CEO.
Oh,
So I was like, okay, so I was in Nashville. I had to go and get a job. So
oh,
what I did,
bummer.
I just said, you know what?
Oh,
Look,
bummer.
I'm gonna make the best out of it. So what I did, Marion, I was like, okay, I just go. First thing I do, I know I'm gonna get a check. So I went to this call center, and they were selling like garbage bags, uh, towels, and everything. And they said they was calling. It was like an auto dialer, and they was calling people on the phone. And I was talking to them, and the lady said, y'all called me last year and I don't have enough money to do this. And she said, I would like to help you, Sonny, but I don't have enough money because I'm on Social Security. And I said, don't worry about it, ma'am. And then a couple of people, because they would give you this script to read, and they didn't know I was a veteran. And then they were saying these garbage bags are made by veterans, by blind veterans. And I'm sitting here thinking, how you gonna make a garbage bag and you're a blind veteran? So I went to the manager and I asked him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, we just got to tell people that."
Oh,
And I said,
no.
"You have to be careful because I'm a veteran, and I know ain't no blind veteran made this."
No. Oh my
So
God. That's terrible.
I lasted about a week after that, and I just said I couldn't do it because morally, it just ate at me that I was sitting there lying to people.
Oh yeah, you can't
You
do that.
know,
No.
I, no, I just couldn't do that. It just I couldn't. I mean, I was telling my wife, I was like, I can't even sleep telling people these are made by veterans, and I'm a veteran. I was like, no,
No.
So I got out of there, and I ended up going. It was another company back then. Oh yes, it was a travel company. So the guy called me up. Matter of fact, it was the same guy that I was in the military with. I don't know how he found me because back then Facebook went around. So he gave me a call up and he was like, Book, I got something else. I said, what you got? And he's like, yeah, it's a travel company, man, and you get these discounts on travel and you make this amount of money. And back then, if you put in 6 people, you would make $500. I said, okay, we can work with this. So I started with that right in Nashville, same exact thing. We had the barbecues, we had the music going, and we just attracted a whole lot of people. And people, I was back then, I was living in an apartment. The apartments, they was like, Mr. Booker, we appreciate everything you're doing, but we can't have 200 cars over here because people ain't got nowhere to park.
Oh no.
It was packed, and then they end up starting those hotel meetings, and then I would get them to the meeting. Of course, I was like an Uber driver. People, what I used to tell them, I said, "Don't worry about it." They say, I can't make it to the meeting." I said, "I'm coming right by your house. I don't care if it was 30 miles away. I'm
Oh
coming
my
right by your
gosh.
house
I'm coming right by your
because
house. I'll be right there.
I'll be right there." And one thing I know about it, Marian, everybody that I picked up showed up. Y'all will
Amen.
catch that one on the way home.
Amen.
Everybody that I picked up, they
Showed
showed
up.
up.
Nobody else did.
That's it. And it was so funny because I had even then I had a bus where I would pick up about 20 people
Oh
every
my gosh, tell
Thursday.
me you didn't have a bus.
I had a bus. I had to make sure they got there.
You are a funny guy, I
I had
tell
to pick
you.
them up because if I didn't pick them up, they weren't gonna show up.
Right. Those are the
Yeah,
ones that
tell
would
me
show
there,
up.
there. But
Oh,
those meetings and the one-on-ones, that's why I made the most of it because I did the one-on-ones and
mhm,
just
mhm.
seeing people carpet and letting them know that you care about them.
Yeah.
That was my secret.
Yeah.
Even today, I'm gonna tell y'all, show people you care about them,
Yeah.
and they'll sign up for anything you got. I
Yep.
don't care if it's donuts,
Yep.
they're gonna sign up.
I know, isn't it crazy? Well, that's what I heard you say this earlier. We want to treat people the way we want to be treated. I want to know you
Yes,
care about me. I
yes,
want
ma'am.
to know that the next time I see you, you're just going to wrap your arms around me and give me the biggest hug you could because you missed me and you care about me. I want to know that's happening. And so yeah, I'll sign up. What you got?
There you go. You got to show people you care about them. And
Oh, yeah.
just as a side, this time of the year, I just picked up some like 200 more cards. What I do, I write people Christmas cards and put pictures in them. Because with the internet being so fast and people so used to instant stuff, people really they appreciate it
Yes,
when
they
you
do.
take time out to write them a card,
Yes.
put it in the mail, and let them know that you care about them.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You're gonna set yourself apart from a lot of people.
Yeah. I'm making a list for New Year's. Instead of
Okay.
sending out holiday cards, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you're celebrating, I want to take it out a little further when people have forgotten. All right, they've already forgotten about the love and the care and all that stuff,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
start their New Year off right. So thank you for reminding me. I started my list. I'm gonna finish it and I'm gonna get it done.
Yes, ma'am. And just
Wow.
before this interview, I got I got a van full of food out there that I'm gonna distribute to people
I
tomorrow.
can't wait for you to tell us all about this.
And it's
Please
just about we
tell
have
us
to really
all
care about.
about how you feed and how you care for people. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, what I did, I'll just tell y'all about it's about 4 years now where I attend this church and they was wondering, because of COVID, they was wondering why the attendance dropped. And I said, we got to figure that out. And I started thinking, Mary, how you go to the mall and you do window shopping?
Yeah.
and you decide if you want to go into that store or not.
Yeah.
What I was telling them, I said, y'all have to realize when people come here, they window shopping, but we are only telling them you can only come in one time a week and see the door.
That's
So what I started doing on the parking lot, I started having what's called a pop-up. Basically what it is, we go out there, we have all kind of bread, all kind of meat, all kind of vegetables, anything you want, and we give it to people because people are not going to listen to you talking about the gospel and they hungry or they lights out. So we started that.
they're cold.
Exactly. They cold and we have a blank. That's another thing we did too. Next week, we are giving away about 500 blankets. It's a shelter downtown that we give to the people because right now, I don't know about y'all, but it's cold outside. And imagine you outside sleeping and somebody give you a blanket and you let them know you actually care about them. So we got that going on too. So a lot of people, they seen us out there and people have stopped by and they said, we've been seeing y'all out here every Saturday and we finally decided to stop. One lady last week, she said it's been 2 years that she's been going by and just finally decided to stop. And she came in, she said, I didn't know y'all had all this. I said, well, you didn't give us a chance. And so now she's helping us every week. See, that's the kind of relationship you have to have
Oh,
with people. This is somebody that we never knew. And
oh.
we wouldn't have known if we'd have been inside the church building.
Right.
Because a lot of times in
Right.
churches, we have gotten too comfortable. And they say go into the highways and the byways, right? In the book I read, it don't say sit down. We need to get back to work.
Yeah.
And that's what I did because sometimes they be like, Brother Booker, you crazy. You try all kind of stuff. I say, well, what we doing ain't been working.
Yeah. I would let you run it for sure.
And that's it. And it's so funny, Mary, because
Oh,
when we got out there, just meeting with people, I'm always talking to people this and that, and I feel people's energy. And I would go up to the cars, how y'all doing today? Y'all come on in, let me show you what we got. And it was a couple of the members, they was kind of standoffish. So I told them, if you having a bad day, you need to go home. We out here helping people and you scaring them away. That's
oh.
one thing I'm a real stickler about. If you got a bad attitude, don't come around me. So now people know even when they go to volunteer, like tomorrow, the volunteers, everybody got a good attitude because we here to attract people.
Oh,
Even when you're online and you making videos, people can tell if you got bad energy.
that's true.
That's one thing you can't hide.
That's true.
So if you don't feel good, don't make the video.
That's true. Or make it and then trash it and do it again when you feel better.
There you go. That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it just
gosh, time is just flying by. Tell us,
we already
I
30
know
minutes.
how many people want to get a hold of you already. I can feel it through the lines. Okay. So I'm going to put up your website here. I want you to tell us more about what you got going on. And, oops, the wrong one I hit. There we go. I want
Yes, ma'am.
people to be able to go and visit you. And is this the best place for them to go? The Daily Wealth Pros
That
enjoymylife.info.
info. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell them what they're going to see there.
Now, what it is a system. Now, this was before the other thing. I didn't know, I honestly didn't know about it. But what it is, it's an online marketing system that teach you about marketing. And what
Oh,
it comes with is when people go to that website, they fill out the information. We have a group of people that will call them back and get their answers and get their question answered. And you will get a notification once somebody has signed up. And what I do, once I get that notification, I call the person and I find out, number one, what's the reason they signed up? Because it's the reason people sign up. And what do they want to accomplish? Because a lot of times we so hungry to get the money, we forget about the people. So
can't
what do
forget.
they want to accomplish? And another thing too, it has the address. I already got a card in the mail to them as soon as I seen it. I had 10 sign-ups last night. I've already got the card dropped in the mail
Oh,
because I'm
wow.
showing them I care about them. And people, I'm gonna tell you, the most powerful tool we got is right here. I ain't got it on because I'm doing this live, but call people instead of sending them a text because they want to hear your voice. I can't tell you how you feel through a text. Call people. And on a side note, it's always, I find it amazing where, I got my kids, I'm gonna put them on blast for a minute. They would text you and send you all these messages, but when they need some money, all of a sudden your phone works. Can I get a
Uh-huh.
witness?
Uh-huh. Yep.
But one thing I do like, and everybody know, I like dealing with people and I like taking care of people. And this is a way where you can take care of your family part-time. And a lot of people, especially in the church, they coming around because they realize that they are struggling. And then if you're really reading the Bible, everything in there is about business. You shouldn't be struggling if you're a believer. I mean, we know we got the money, so we got to go and show people how to do it because if not, you're really doing people a disservice if you just signing them up and that's the last time they hear from you.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. I am a people person. I will pick up the phone. Well,
Yes.
how many times have I called you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm like, Booker, did you get my email? Hey, Booker, are you coming today?
That's it.
Because yeah, I'm not afraid to talk to people on the phone. And I'm not sure really what it is that people don't like about the phone, but these young kids, they don't. My daughter is the
Yeah.
same way. She would rather text or not. Doing nothing is better than nothing. I'm just like, what? Just call me. I don't want to go like this, for 10
Mhm.
minutes when I could just tell you on the phone just for a minute. Just give me a minute, man.
Yes, Mary, it's a different generation because my
It
kids,
is.
they do the same thing. And people, I tell them, just call me because I need to know really how you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I want to encourage people not only to go to enjoymylife.info, but I want you to really reach out to Booker because we're in the same community. And I'm telling you, we have the best community I've
Oh,
ever
yes.
experienced in my whole life. It starts at
Yes.
8 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, and it doesn't stop there. It even goes on to Saturday. And it's not that we're trying to keep you busy, it's that we want you to have what you need at the time that you need it. Okay. We give you Sunday off so that you can do what you need to do on Sunday. But other than that, we want you to plug into our community because it is beautiful. It's a beautiful community.
Yes,
And
it
we've
is.
got something for everything. And that's just the one mistake I find that most people that come into our community make is that they think it's only one thing because it fits their need, right? But
Mhm.
literally, you can do anything. You can have a website, you can have a funnel, you can have a quiz, you could have a membership site, you could have just what? Some people just join because of the community, because of the love of the community.
Yes.
So there's something here for everybody, and Booker can definitely show you the way. We have a community. It's called digitalofficeathome.com. You can come over there. We're on Facebook. I just want you plugged into the community. And I just know that you touched a lot of people today.
Yes,
So
Mary.
thank
And the
you
one
for,
thing I'm gonna do, I'm dead serious about. Give me a call. My phone is always on. My number is 682
uh-oh.
202
Oh, wait a minute.
09.
Wait a minute. I'm going to write this down. Okay. 602.
It's 682
Oh, 682. Okay.
202
202
0958.
0958.
And I don't hide behind a computer screen.
Okay. Did I do it right?
That's it.
All right. There's Booker's phone number. You have no excuse. You can go to his website, which is enjoymylife.info, or you can
Yes, ma'am.
call him. Okay. And he's a nice guy, don't you think?
I ain't gonna do nothing to you. Just call me.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Just call me. All right, now I have a very special video that I want to play. This is Minister Christian and his wife Rita Joy, and a couple other people. I hear children and everything else, and I really want you to see this cute little video that they they allowed us to use with their music. It's beautiful. So here we go. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Bye, Booker. I'll see you later.
Then, how do you make dreams come true?
It takes faith to make your dreams come true. Life has something special right here for you. Everything has a season, a reason to grow. So don't be discouraged by your obstacles. No. Never give up your right to be happy. Never give up. Be all you are meant to be. Things will always come to get us down, and it only gets worse when we start to frown. Let's keep hope alive in our hearts. Smile with gratitude, that's when the magic starts. Never give up your right to be happy. Never give up. Be all you are meant to be. Never give up your right to be happy. Never give up. It's your life.